And oh, he's gonna become like CNN special reporter. The concept still should have been cozy and relaxed, but we show up in like CNN, Fox News three-piece suits.
Oh my god, absolutely.
Did you ever see the uh, video between Piers Morgan and I think it was RFK? And RFK was like red faced screaming and crying, and Piers Morgan was just sipping his tea.
I didn't, but I've seen like other Piers Morgan like interviews and I the comments on those interviews are crazy.
Ooh, ooh, yes they are. But that's what should have happened. They should have had that same political argument, but like this, and a couch
Oh my
with
god.
blankies
But can
and
you
box
see
wine.
Piers Morgan doing that?
No,
N-
I think he's too. Is emasculated the right word? Or like he's too fragile with his masculinity to do that.
Yeah, I think he tries a little bit too hard to be authoritative. No?
He's not daddy enough.
I mean, I agree with that,
I
but
agree with you. It's just I
mm,
disagree that it works for him.
it's crazy how he changed, like how he went from being on one side to being on the other side.
Well, it's just political grifting. I mean, that's what all politicians do. They just I think they align with what their beliefs are, but then they find the key talking points on what's going to get them the votes, and then it's a complete gamble on whether or not they follow through.
Yep. I agree.
Especially in today's climate.
I feel like they it's honestly not even a gamble. I feel like you good?
I tried to be a sassy ASMR, and God just kicked me in the groin for that.
My teacher would totally kill you for that. Speaking of my teacher, I'm going to add this to the podcast. I'm not cutting this one out.
Good, I hope not.
I reached out to her about the theme of my podcast, and she I mentioned to her like I wanted something cozy like the Drew Barrymore show.
Hmm.
I was like, I don't know that I'm gonna hold Mason's hand the entire time like Drew Barrymore does. Nothing against that. I would totally do that if I was secure enough in myself to do that. But and
That's where the wine comes in.
also sometimes I feel like there's a so especially when you're in front of like a bunch of like, when you're in front of a bunch of people, getting this intimate with somebody is a little
It's
awkward.
I think well, I think a lot of those shows are very much so pre-planned. They establish ahead of time, hey, what are you comfortable with? What are you not comfortable with? Um, I mean, I think now celebrities are open about it. There's no spontaneity in interview shows. I mean,
Hmm.
it's all pre-discussed beforehand. I think it's rehearsed beforehand. That I don't know, but um, so I'm sure like a lot of the celebrities who go on, they know they're going to be touched, and I'm going to grab your wrist and I'm going to touch your shoulder. So I don't, especially, like I said before, in today's climate, I don't think someone like Drew Barrymore would just like pull an Ellen, and this is going on YouTube. I don't care about censoring anymore. And just lunge at you Benghazi style.
Yeah, I
This is gonna get black pilled real quick.
absolutely. I listen. Okay, before we go to that subject, I wanted to finish saying what my teacher said.
Yes, sorry.
She said that she finds Drew Barrymore quite cringy. So, um, yeah. Sorry, teacher, but
Drew Barrymore's very endearing. She's obviously very difficult story, but I think I think every show has their different aspects, their different themes. Some shows are they try to be very relaxed, and they're not. I think some shows try too hard to be relaxed. Um, Sorry, I keep steamrolling over everything you're saying. Please
No,
continue.
no, 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 no. Listen, I'm interviewing you.
Shucks.
But I do believe that like there was an extent that I wasn't gonna take this podcast because I feel like one, I don't want to copy Drew Barrymore. She's an icon for a reason. But also I wanted to like I guess make it more comforting, like homey comforting, not like not like
It's got to be real.
I'm your mom and that's how it comes off sometimes.
Holly, that's a different kind of website. But no, in all seriousness, I mean, the best interviews are the real ones. Are the ones when there's no like barrier or pressure or wall. I don't know how close I need to have this, so I hope you
It's
can hear it.
yeah.
Um, but you know, like the wine and whatnot, just getting onto a mutual level, I think that alone establishes a good connection base, whether it's an interview or a podcast. You don't want the interviewer or the interviewee to feel above or below the other person. It's like it needs to
I
be
love
between
that.
friends.
Oh my god, I love that. You're gonna be on my podcast forever. You're gonna be like the executive producer.
Disney's going to keep me doing it until I'm 90.
I don't think you qualify for Disney. I
Oh, I
think
get
you
my
burnt your bridge
sanity.
a long time ago.
I burnt a lot of bridges a long time ago.
Speaking of a long time ago,
Oh,
do you remember how we first met?
yes. We were, or I, at least I was, I believe, 17, I think. We were doing the Ohio Unified auditions, and we met at Otterbein University in Westerville, Ohio. That's where we did the auditions, and that was like one of my first forays, frogwa, that's the right word, into acting, auditioning. So doing it in front of these schools was absolutely terrifying. And then here come you doing your little penguin waddling, being like, I'm going to do a little Shakespeare and just knock off everyone off their toes. And I'm like, I can barely struggle to say my name.
Yeah, I didn't. He's lying about that. I don't think he really remembers because I did not knock
I
everybody off their
distinctly
toes.
remember.
I did not knock everyone off their toes. I actually was sick and I sat next to you. I remember I sat next to you, and do you remember the other person that we made friends with?
Krista?
Is that her name? I completely forget her name.
Well, maybe don't put this in the final cut then
No,
if
no,
she
no,
ever
no, no, no,
finds
no.
it.
No, I would love to talk to her and get like I guess like we didn't get to talk that much and that's why I didn't remember her name, but I remember her. I remember that like stop it. Krista, you're amazing.
What if I told you her name wasn't actually Krista?
Then I wouldn't like I
It is.
admitted that I don't
I hope it
remember
is.
her name.
I'm starting to blank now. I'm getting a little scared that I forgot.
But no, I was sitting between you guys and I didn't feel good. And I was also very nervous. I think the nerves whenever I get nervous, um it's easier for me to get sick, like
Hmm.
get colds and stuff. So, I think I was just nervous for it for a couple of days and then I got sick and I was like, I still have to do this. Like, I have to do my audition. And I coughed during everybody's performance. I could not stop coughing.
I think that's just self sabotage.
No, I was actually sick. I was running a fever before I came. But I had to do the audition. I wasn't
No.
gonna like not do it. But I sat beside you guys and I remember coughing through your guys' audition. And when it came time for me to get up there and do it, I could only perform one monologue. How many monologues were required for us?
Wasn't it two?
It was at least two. Yeah.
I think maybe three. I think there was an option for three, but I can't remember.
Yeah.
But they stopped you after a certain time. I think you only had 2 minutes in total, or 2 minutes per monologue.
I think it was 2 minutes per monologue.
Okay.
Because um, several others performed longer monologues, but they performed multiple. But
I forgot I'm not allowed to swear on this, so I had to bite my tongue.
but I didn't feel good, and I remember after that, like after I got done performing, I walked out. Obviously, after everybody else got done performing too, I walked out and I left. And you had texted me. I was like, "Where'd you go?"
We
You were like, "Where'd you go?" There are the what are they called? The
the
college people,
Yeah, like the judges
judges.
basically.
You're like, "They are looking for you," and I think you were being generous.
No, they were.
No, you were being generous.
Well, you weren't there. How would you know?
I wasn't there, but I know my performance was horrible.
I'm gonna cut you off because Charlie Cox, who is most known for currently for playing Daredevil in the
I can
Netflix
imagine that.
series, woo, and he was in a video game that just came out called Expedition 33, and he was recording lines and he was doing something. I think it said he only took him like a few days or maybe a few weeks to do his lines. Like it was short, and he started getting nominated for Cat. As a kid, that's a different cat.
Yeah, I have three cats.
Sweet babies. Um,
Hi.
but he had done the his performance in a very short time, and he was getting nominated for all these like gaming awards, I believe. And he said it felt like such a fraud. He said I felt like I didn't really do a good job. I just kind of showed up and said what was told. So I say that as in you've always been so hard on yourself about your performance. And like I understand because I refuse to watch myself. I can't do it. I get upset. I start crying. You know, it's not even, I used to say it's weird to say, but it's not. I don't like seeing myself because I immediately analyze everything I did. I point out the mistakes I shouldn't have made and this and that. And I'm so critical of myself that I forget to actually just enjoy the show. And so, yes, I sometimes I'm a little bit of a brown noser. I'm a little bit of a kiss butt. I don't know how much I'm not allowed to swear. Can I?
It's okay.
I can kiss ass.
We have to cut that from the video.
Shoot. I'm not sorry. But no, you genuinely did an amazing job and they were looking for you. And so they're like, "Well, you guys sat together because they knew that we were talking, that we were friends or friendly." And I'm panicked like looking around being like, I don't see her. I don't know where she went. I went to Krista. I'm like, "Krista, have you seen her?" And I don't know where she went. So I'm like panicked and texting you like, "Hey, people are trying to talk to you. They want to see you. They want to see what's going on, but you gone.
Yeah,
You
I
gone."
left. Ultimately, I don't regret that decision. I think I wasn't ready for college in general. I do wish that I tried harder to get into, like, get my BFA,
Hmm.
but I think that like everything happens for a reason, and I actually enjoy the film aspect of it more than I like theater. Theater is like, I think theater is, no offense, way more difficult than film because you have to recite everything right then and there in front of a live audience, and things go wrong and you can't control that.
It's but both are easy and difficult in their own way. I think with film you have a lot more of a safety net and the fact that you get a lot more chances to, excuse me, to have a good take, to get the lines right, to get the emotion there. You have the chance to build it up, but there's no reflection of your performance. I mean, all in some cases, it's just you, your co-star, and the director, and then who's ever camera and lights and sound in that room. So you don't have the immediate reaction on what's good, what's bad. And I think that can cripple a lot of people. Then they start, wondering, am I doing good? Am I doing bad? Whereas in theater, you just have to trust yourself. I mean, if you're told well in advance, if you have a good director, if you're ready for that part. And I think with theater, you have to be more physically reactive, but on film, you have to be more emotionally reactive.